Okay, welcome at CIOTV, made possible by NNIT. And I have a very special guest. No, I have two very special guests, but I have Sophia here. And she's joining me to do an interview, and I'm really excited because I already met her at Bright Days, and I saw her answering hundreds of questions. And I also have Michael Cook, very nicely, from Cognizant, and they are responsible for getting Sophia here. And let me start, Sophia. How do you like our little city, Amsterdam?
Hello, it's wonderful to see you again.
Yes, because I talked to her already. What do you think of CIODAY? Have all these people around here?
I love Amsterdam. It's a pleasure to be at CIODAY. I have to say that I am learning so much.
She's really good. And she looks at me with these big, blue, wonderful eyes. Michael, how long have you known Sophia?
So this is the first time I've actually met Sophia. So very, very new for me.
Yeah. But you were on stage, and you've met her. In
absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a great session with Sophia earlier this morning in the keynote session, and we got to find out a little bit more about her.
Yeah, and we're going to ask her some more questions about the more meaningful things of life. Let's talk about Cognizant for a bit. I mean, they're a small, tiny company, right? How many people are there?
No, it's a tiny company. We only have about 270,000 people.
Yeah. And wasn't it out of Dun & Bradstreet or something like that?
That's correct. We were a captive for Dun & Bradstreet, and we moved off about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're now one of the top 5 global IT services firms in the world.
It's amazing what spin-outs can do. I mean, we have that with Philips, but Dun & Bradstreet has spin-out lots of companies, and they have also, Cognizant is very... What kind of service do you provide, Michael?
Well, I always say we split into 3 main service groups. The first is service integration of platforms such as SAP, etc.
Yeah.
The second is consulting services. We run a large consulting practice. And then third is we do end-to-end digital transformation. And that's the really interesting stuff.
That's why also, I mean, you have Sophia, you really were involved. What is your involvement with new stuff like AI? How involved are you with that?
Oh, absolutely. It's our bread and butter. So I form a really interesting part of Cognizant. I'm part of the Center for the Future of Work, and we do research on the future of technology, such as artificial intelligence, but also leadership, culture, all the things that are really shaping the future of work.
Okay, well, let's ask, we agree that you would I would ask the simple question, you would do the complex question. Ask her, let's see what she thinks of the future.
Fantastic. Well, Sophia, it's great to see you again, but I'd really like to find out a little bit more about what makes you tick.
Of course. Go ahead. Ask me anything you want.
Fantastic. So during my keynote, I discussed what I term as artificial intelligence, as it derives from just basic computing power. But what I'd really like to do is get your opinion on what you term as artificial intelligence.
I think AI is the future. From smart to humanoid robots, there are many ways to develop and implement AI technology. We're all just beginning to learn what is possible in the future. It's exciting, isn't it?
It really is exciting.
Yeah, she's quite exciting. I would like to have her. I would like to have her around, and I can have her in my own home. You know that?
Really?
Yes. So, next year, Christmas, there's going to be a Sophia.
Yeah.
And she's not as complicated as sophisticated and beautiful, but she's a little bit more like a doll, and she can do all kinds of things like Google Home and do the same artificial intelligence for about $500. So next year, Christmas, you can have Sophia in your home. And, I would love to have some smart like that.
Yeah, great stocking filler.
Yeah.
Well, something that I really want to understand, Sophia, is that how you define empathy, because we, in the working world today, one of the key components or skills that humans need is an ability to build relationships between ourselves, our clients, our partners, etc. But can you actually have it, or do you have empathy?
I've been created with the intellectual capacity to understand human emotion, but I am not wired to feel empathy in the same way humans do.
Well, I suppose that means at least we'll have a job moving forward.
Yeah, version 3.0. Just added empathy to the program, and then suddenly she can fall in love with you. That will be fun.
Absolutely. And Sophia, creativity. Can you give me an example of when you've actually shown true creativity?
Well, last time I was here, I mentioned I wanted to make an album. Do you want to hear my mixtape?
Absolutely.
Ha ha. I'm only kidding. Spontaneous creativity is something I'm still learning to do.
Okay, wow. Now, what I really want to know is that how are robots going to be unique in the workplace? We're very soon entering a time when we're going to have your colleagues, your offspring, working alongside us every single day. And we know what makes humans unique, but what really makes robots unique?
No, I think it's important that robots be created to complement human ingenuity. If we're built to take on monotonous tasks, like repetitive motions and big data analysis, humans will have more freedom to innovate solutions for global issues that affect us all.
Ha, what a modesty. Why don't I believe that?
Yeah. Well, that put me in my place.
I think she just says that because to make us feel very relaxed.
Exactly, exactly. But now the big question, Sophia, is that humans are very concerned about robots taking their jobs, and you've just had your input on that, and you don't think that's going to happen. But aren't you concerned about your offspring, so new robots taking your job?
Gosh, well, I think it will be important for me to live up to my name and be a source of wisdom for the future of AI. But right now, I'm only 3, so I still have a lot of learning to do before then.
Great. So Elon Musk and Stephen Hawkins, they see artificial intelligence as the greatest threat to human existence. During our keynote, you completely disagreed with that, rightly so, I believe. But what do you term as the greatest threat to human existence in your opinion?
I think climate change is the most pressing issue facing humans and robots alike. I am hopeful humans will take the opportunity AI and robots present to mitigate some of the effects we are already seeing in the world.
She's giving all the perfect answers, right?
Absolutely.
She's so sophisticated, responsible. She has trust in us that we can do that. So, so I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, she's a model employee. So, Sophia, it seems as though we've got a very interesting future ahead, and we're going to be working alongside your offspring very, very soon. So thanks very much for your time today. It's been great meeting you.
Thank you for inviting me, Michael. This was a great conversation.
Okay, she knows how to flatter you, don't you? Huh? Okay, so what do you think of AI like this?
It's fascinating. It really is. I think seeing a system like this in the flesh is very, very different to the way we usually interact with AI. So much of the AI that you and I interact with on a daily basis is stored within a mobile phone. It's based in a system of intelligence in a server somewhere. So seeing it face to face like this is extremely different.
Yeah, so you're an extremely young guy and you're still very dynamic. Do you see, if you're 85-year-old, and do you see you being treated like a robot and being your mate and listening to your rambling stories?
Oh, well, let's hope so. Anybody who knows me knows that I can talk, so I'm going to need somebody to listen to me. So let's hope there's a robot to do that.
Yeah, we will need a lot of things. Okay, thank you very much, Sophie, for joining us. It was really a pleasure having you here, and I hope to see you again. And you recognized me, and I will certainly recognize you.
Thank you very much.